So I chose to come to the career panel event because I wanted to have a broader perspective on the careers and opportunities that were laid out in front of me. And it was a very good experience. I have learned a lot.
My sister handed me the application form and was like, "Oh, this is like a really good experience. Like, oh, maybe you should just try it." And I was so excited at first when I saw it. I was like, "Oh, like, it's like a event for like Black students to come together and just share experiences." And it was very motivating and eye opening for me.
My expectations were actually quite blown away by the presentations because I expected it to be very formal, slow paced, but it was very cultural, and it really brought together us as a black community and made me feel connected with other people that I never even knew existed.
Yeah, for me, I was really expecting like my expectations was like really formal as he said, but I was also kind of expecting like a little bit of fun and a little bit of like because he said drum circle on the sheet and I was like I was really looking forward to that, but and my expectations were also met too, and it was actually amazing because I felt kind of safe, not as safe and also included, really included, and I was kind of amazing.
So the most challenging thing I found was the drumming, but it was also quite easy to pick up rhythm because I'm from Barbados and we have a lot of rhythm there. And yeah, it was pretty easy going, and I really liked how the flow of the whole presentation went along.
For me, I didn't really have any challenges except for walking here. No, I had no challenges. I felt very kind of like eased into it. I really wasn't like nervous coming here or nervous about the experience. I was just kind of open minded to see where it would lead me or take me to, and it was very like motivational. So thank you.
So drumming with 100 of your colleagues, how was that?
To be honest, my soul felt kind of out of my body. Like I remember drumming, and I just felt like I was in a different world. I really felt like I was like I couldn't believe I uh, I felt like I was in a dream. That's what I'll say.
Oh,
Yes, please.
I feel like it brought everyone together as one. Just like making music. Music is like a very big part of my life, and like it's always brought people together. And I felt like that's what it did. It brought everyone together as one, and just like very much like motivated everyone, and kind of like brought everyone's spirit up and energy up. So I felt like it was really good.
Like I said before, it was an awesome presentation, but what I would like to see is for the flow of things to start earlier because I had an amazing time and I couldn't believe when the day went by so fast. I was like, already it's done, and I wanted it to happen again. Yes.
Um, the program was really amazing, but one thing that was said in the program, like a girl said it, I don't know her name, I couldn't get her name, but she was like more East African, North African, South African representation, and she was really eager on that. So I feel like that would like be amazing to have. Like the feeling or like the sense, like Laura, like one of the career panels, she just kind of her story, cause she's also Nigerian like me. Her story coming to Canada and facing like the difficulties and like being an immigrant really just kind of stood up to me, like just spoke to me, I guess, because I'm also Nigerian, I'm also an immigrant, and her experiences really did relate to mine, like coming from like Nigeria, like barely anything, and struggling and trying to fit in and try to find like your own voice. I felt like I really connected to that. I felt like the program was so amazing and so motivational for a lot of people, and I hope it can happen next year. So
Yes.
thank you. What grade are you in?
I'm in grade 10.
Oh, oh wow.
So you'll be here next year.
What about
I'm in grade 12,
Ooh.
and this is my last year. Unfortunately, I won't be here to see it next year, but hopefully for you guys can have it every semester. I think it's a very compelling thing, culturally and educationally.
Um, well, my English teacher told me about it, and I thought it would be fun, and I invited my friend, and we had a really good time. It was fun. The food was good. Well, meeting new people because it was a lot of different schools. Playing drums was fun, and I'm glad I learned like how to do it and like the history behind it, and just like socializing and seeing so many different people.
I think for me it was like older black mentors, like because like the media doesn't show like a lot of black I mean it does, but like it really you don't see it from like a Canadian or like the dorm point of view. So it was like really like nice to see like there were like a lot of people that looked like me, and I was able to like identify and not yes relate with like because when we asked them some questions they said some things that I have thought about, I have internalized, but I have never like had the strength to like open my mouth to say it. And I just felt like wow, like it felt nice coming from like a third point of view, and that's what I enjoyed about that. That was really good.
Was there anything in particular that you learned that you want us to know about? Anything in particular?
Just how like a lot of the people like how they became to be successful, like how they got through being different than some people around them and like discrimination and stuff. And it's really like empowering because it shows that like anybody can do anything.
I felt like they tried not to acknowledge their struggle. They seem to like focus most on the success, which is like what like it's actually like very different from what the media tries to portray. Cause like I understand like to get to like a bank, like being the first. I honestly I kind of forgot her name, but it wasn't Dovey. It was the bank lady.
Miss Pat.
Miss Pat, yeah. Like the fact that she was the first black, was it bank teller? And the
Not bad teller,
She's
but
a
just
stock trader.
stock trader. I forgot that. Stock trader, and the fact that she was able to grow. Because honestly, I can understand like the racism, like the things that she had to face, and she had to overcome such struggles to be where she is, which is actually really amazing.
That's good. Was there anything that you found challenging? Anything that was tough for you to deal with?
Not really. I think the whole experience was like very positive and like it was like just great to like be there and like meet new people, try new things.
Something that I found challenging was the fact that we as black people needed a career panel. Kind of broke my heart. And yeah, that's pretty much like all I could say.
I think you're emotional about that.
Yeah, it's like it,
That's okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. That's okay. Did you know what you want to become already?
I want to be a software engineer,
Oh.
but like it's not like a field that's like dominated by women in general, and also like there's barely any black women, so I feel like that will make me stand out. But I also feel like that could also put me back by a lot, cause like my other like counterparts who are not my skin color will like be pushed forward more than I will, and originally like I'm from Nigeria and it's like predominantly black. It's a black country. And I never had to think of like things like that like ever in my life until I moved here, and it was like wow.
There is mentoring opportunities and there is support.
Speaking of like careers, I've most likely like I've wanted to be in the medical field, maybe like a surgeon or something, but also like I'm strong towards like being in the law field, maybe a lawyer or something similar, because it would be very nice to like help a lot of younger black people who are sometimes wrongly like I don't know the word, but they're
Convicted?
Yeah, convicted, thank you. It's just I think people have some sort of mindset to which I think is getting better now, because there's a lot more like people are talking about it a lot more, but I still feel like not enough is done to help people feel like they are seen and heard and understood. And I think being a lawyer or someone that could help somebody in that situation could make an impact, and also to like influence the younger generation for what they want to be when they're older.
Drumming with them, I felt like very connected. You know, like I felt very connected with them because like in our culture, like the drum, I think it's like widespread, but like the drum is like the heartbeat, and the fact that all of us were beating like the same drum, like as a community, I felt like we were extremely connected, like we were one body, and it was like just a big heart beating and beating and beating and beating and making like different sounds. When you hear it, like the bass and everything, it's just like a deep breath, and that was just amazing. I think that that was one of the highlights of my day, and I wish it was like longer.